Hello and welcome. So today I want to talk about a topic I've been thinking about, and this is that I think that what is considered casual service these days in restaurants is just that, too casual. So I think customer service is probably one of the most important things when it comes to a restaurant. Yes, you can have great food, but if you have very, very poor customer service, the chances of the guests coming back are quite slim. It's very hard to have food good enough to where guests will come with really bad customer service. So here are 7 pet peeves when it comes to customer service. So number one, your posture. I think it is very, very important that when you are uh, in the dining room or even in your personal life as well, posture is very, very important. First impressions are extremely important. If you have that posture, you walk over to your table, you have confidence in the way you speak, the way you stand. Uh, it's really selling that you know what you are doing, you know your products, and you're confident that you can give the guests a phenomenal experience. That being said, don't lean on tables. Don't lean on I've had servers kind of lean onto the back of the chair behind them, or I've had them lean on the tables. Do neither of those. Don't crouch down so that your eye level's with the table. Lean forward if you have to here a little bit. Lean in a little bit, but you do still want to keep that posture as you're taking the order there. Number two, don't be going around giving your name. I know some companies, they require you to walk over there. Good evening, welcome. My name is Dave. I'll be your server today. Okay, that's too much information for me already. When I sit down to a table, I don't need to know your name for you to bring me my water, explain the drink menu and the food menu. Okay, if you did a great service, then I will ask you at the end of the meal, hey, by the way, what was your name? Let the manager or the hostess on the way out, hey, by the way, Dave did a phenomenal job, right? That's how I see that. Don't bother the guests. Most of them don't want to know your name. They don't care. They want to know, they will ask. Now, I have a lot of servers or colleagues who don't write down their orders. They just go over to the table. They think that's, shows how professional they are. No, that doesn't really show how professional you are. That's just really showing that you're not prepared. You're going over to the table. You think you're going to memorize the order for an 8 top. You walk back to the computer and you can't remember them. The position numbers are all wrong. Now, granted, if you're a restaurant where you have 3 choices, chef tasting menu, seasonal tasting menu, whatever, yeah, you can probably remember that. Okay, position 1, or many of those places that everybody has to choose the same thing. So everybody's getting a chef tasting menu. Position 2 has gluten allergy. Position 4 doesn't eat dessert, doesn't want added sugar, so we're going to do a fruit plate or a cheese plate. Easy enough in that scenario. But generally, take over a dew pad. It really covers your butt. I say always, no matter what you're doing, cover your ass. Okay. Next, we have how to handle complaints. Now, I always say to leave the complaints to the manager. Let the manager deal with the complaints. But there is that portion where you are the first contact with the guest. You're probably the first one going to hear the complaint from the guest. How you handle that can decide how difficult it is for the manager to handle that complaint, and or if they can recover the said table. So think about that when you are approaching the table with a complaint. How are you going to take that? So they found a hair in their salad. Well, first thing, take that damn salad off the table. Don't leave it there. They're not going to eat it. Take it away. Okay. See if they can replace it. Can you replace it? Good. Get that, going in the kitchen. Get it started cooking. Make them, if they want the same thing, have them make another one. If they want something different, have them start making it. Get a manager involved at that point. Let them know A, B, C, D, and you have done E, F, G. Okay. The manager can then go over to the table, apologize for it, give them a discount, send them drinks on the house, whatever it might be that the manager feels that is fit for that scenario. But how you handle that situation, it depends. You should find out what the management in your establishment, how they want you to handle that. But generally, you want to make sure that you're being courteous with the guest and understanding. I try not to have the servers accept blame, never say that they were wrong. Obviously, you spill a pot of hot water on the guest, that's your fault. I am so sorry. Let me get that cleaned up. Let me get you a manager, right? But if it's, I don't think that tastes right. They ordered a burger and they don't like the way it came out. That's not how they think a burger should be made. Well, don't be like, oh, I'm so sorry, you're right, that's not the way it's supposed to be made, okay? Apologize, but don't say, yeah, you're right, no, you're wrong. You don't want to take sides in this. You are the medium. Let the manager handle that scenario. Just say, I apologize that happened, or I'm sorry you didn't like it. May I take that out of your way? I'll get a manager. Okay. Now, waiting to clear. This is something that I've always debated with a lot of people. A lot of people feel either one way or the other. Right. And this is where if you have a four top, one person is done, do you clear that person? Do you leave their plate until everybody's finished? I say that if you are in a type of restaurant where each individual has their own dish, wait till the table's done. That does change, however, if the guest pushes it off to the side. If the guest pushes it off to the side, then you may take that out of the way. If it's in front of them, leave it there. Wait for everybody to finish. If they are plates in the middle, for example, a share style, if anything's emptied in the middle, take that away. You want to keep it as clear as possible. Whatever's directly in front of the guest, go ahead and leave it there. Okay? Now, if you do take something away from directly in front of the guest, let's say they have a share plate, they're eating there, it's dirty, take it away, immediately replace it. Go to the table with a share plate in hand, right? Hold it here, take one off the table, switch, give them a fresh plate, okay? So that way they constantly have a plate in front of them. If they're going to use it, maybe not, maybe they won't, but it's there in case they want to. That, I feel, is true customer service. Now, always being available. This kind of ties in with the last thing. So talking, I think that it's come to a point where servers and just customer service personnel or anybody in the restaurant industry has really gotten to the point where they're too friendly with the guests. They're too talkative. They're talking about their mothers and their mother-in-laws. They're complaining about their wives, or they're patting the guest on the back and chitting them. Okay, that's not professional. We want to be friendly and courteous with the guests, but we're not here to be their buddy. We're here to serve them, to give them an experience. That is our goal. So you don't want to be overly friendly. You want to read your tables. They're having a business meeting, treat it as so. Don't overdo it. Don't underdo it, of course. If you don't talk to your tables, you don't know if they didn't like something. You want to check in with your tables. If they're talkative, talk to them. Talk about the concept of the restaurant, talk about the food, talk about the chef, whatever it may be. But just don't overdo it. And always being available. This is a really, really, really big one for me. This is a huge pet peeve. So there's a couple scenarios. So one is many places I've worked, we have a service station that is not visible to the dining room. So you have to step off the floor in order to punch in orders, to get silverware, to get all that kind of stuff. Well, that's fine. Step off the floor, punch in your order, come right back. Okay? If you don't have anything to do, walk through your section. If you need to talk to a colleague, don't be looking face to face. Talking face to face, you're looking at each other here like you're on a date. Looking googly eyes into each other's. Kind of holding hands. Maybe eating that long pasta until it ends up in a kiss. Yeah, no, we're not here to do that. We're here to work. Okay? So remember, you want to be in view of your section at all times. So if you're having a conversation, stand side by side, shoulder to shoulder. You can just as easily have a conversation standing next to each other. You look forward, you're looking at your tables, making sure everybody's comfortable, everybody's happy, if nobody needs a check, nobody needs more water, and you can have a conversation here. Hey, the table, just so you know, table 32, they requested, tap water, no ice, right? Table 42, position 3, she's lactose intolerant. Position 1 is celiac. Those are important things that you should be communicating. Not, what you did last weekend or what you're doing tomorrow on your day off. Something pertinent to service. Keep it pertinent to service, but remember, keep your eyes on the floor. It's not a date. You're here at work. You're here to serve your guests. Okay? So those are my 7 pet peeves when it comes to customer service. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you didn't like it, mash the down button or thumbs down, whatever you want to call that. I'd love to hear your comments down below. What you think? What are your pet peeves? Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.